one of my stories I tell is, how did I get so backup fanatical? Why am I so focused on backup? And here's my story. I took over. I was a small printing company, but it was my first. I'm in charge of everything kind of shop. 300 people. 10, 11 servers, and the outgoing IT guy tells me, he's like, yeah, make sure you make your backups run. Keep an eye on your backups. I'm like, okay, got him, old guy, get out of here. I'm gonna revamp the whole environment. I'm gonna virtualize some stuff. I'm gonna do all this cool stuff. And as I'm going through and upgrading and making the new environment, compliant and faster and better and all these wonderful things, one late night, I'm a new father. I adopted my daughter, and I'm working 4 to 8, 4 10s to make sure everything's running smoothly. And so I have a lot on my mind and a lot going on and a lot of responsibility. And right at a certain point, I'm doing the Exchange upgrade and the hard drive failed. Or the server environment failed, but I had a new server built, so I'm like, no big deal. Tried to port it over, it didn't work, so I'm like, oh, no big deal, I'll just go to my backups. And the backups didn't run for 2 weeks. So about 3 a.m. I'm thinking it's time to update my resume. And
that's when you get that little feeling in your stomach that
that feeling that you get gut punched and your stomach drops through, and it's like, yeah, I don't like living through that, and luckily enough, in 2000, I was able to recover the data and get them back up and running. And people came in at 7 o'clock in the morning, they look at me and they're like, you kind of look like hell. I'm like, yes, but you have your email, you have all your email. I was able to get the data pulled over from an old hard drive that there's, I think God kind of transcended that personal moment, right? That point and said, here's a foreign import utility. I've never seen that in any screen ever, like foreign import. I pushed the button, the data was there. It was like, from then on, I abhor, and luckily we have a guy named John Anderson on our team that has my fanaticalism about backups. So there we have it.
Yeah. Well, backups don't matter until they matter, and then they really matter, right?
And then they really matter.
And they really matter. Yeah. How many of us old guys have been through that where it's like, oh, you do have that moment of, oh poop. We'll say, oh poop.